Welcome to
Thanks for letting us know. Q.
Man.
Oh man,
Look
hard
at
to
that.
hard to get good help these days.
No, we're
She gone.
And then Coach Jarvis is having some trouble that loads late practices. Here, just do this.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's a quitter.
Wow.
guys haven't been doing two sports at the same time.
Wait, Blair's doing cross country.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I haven't had this week.
What's wrong with that?
Oh,
It's a sport.
I took up and helped out Jarvis
Man, look at you.
and all of his boys.
Man.
so we are
I
live.
wish we could mute
Okay.
Jarvis over there while he's in there.
We can. It's called turn his mic off. There we go.
This is how we fix things around here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
All right, Zach, what's on the show today?
All right. Well, hey,
Wait, this is
welcome
very-
everybody to the latest edition of the Coach's Box.
latest.
Episode 83, I believe.
Yep.
Here we are at Herculaneum La Pachanga, and we have some big news.
Big.
Big news.
Huge.
We have reached the 1,000 follower threshold, and so we want to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah, I
Thank
love
you.
it.
Thank you to everybody that has liked, that has shared. We appreciate everything that you guys have been doing, tuning in to the show. It's been fantastic. And later on in the episode, we've got a special event for you. Guess Coach Blair is trying to fix the microphone.
Put it on backwards.
But
Upside down.
upside
down.
But right now, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
That's right.
And before we can get into, say, our part, which is the start of the basketball season, there's a lot of playoff atmosphere right now. So let's kind of go through the list. And if we're going backwards, we could say congratulations to Perryville for finishing 4th this season in softball. That's Class 3. So kudos to them. They had an excellent season. And if we continue going forward, we have Jefferson, the Jefferson Lady Blue Jays. They are this weekend, I believe, either Friday, Saturday this weekend, going down to the Show Me Center in Cape Girardeau for is it Class 1, Class 2? Class 2. I think it's Class 2 volleyball championship. So good luck to Coach Fish and all of the girls there. And then this weekend down in Columbia, we have the cross country state championship. And one of the cross country coaches here, Coach Blair, with Herculaneum, I believe the boys won their district.
Yes, they did.
And then there's several girls that are going to be going as well.
Yes,
Yep.
our entire team is
And,
actually
the girls
Oh,
as well.
man.
Okay, I mean, so the tradition continues.
Yes.
And then
We're
talk
really good
about
at running.
running, and then
Running.
continuing asbestos. So their boys, I
Of
believe,
course.
their boys won district, and I believe their girls finished 4th in the district. And so both of those teams will compete down at Gans Creek in Columbia. So this Friday, that's going to be this Friday morning. So best of luck to all of the county athletes as they enter basically their final week of competition at the state level. And then here we are for football. Going into week 2. And as we see the famous Jughead getting his mic set,
Welcome to the show, Jason.
the Herculaneum Black Hats have won their opening round. Who did y'all play? You want to fill us in a little bit here, Coach Jarvis?
Still trying to get adjusted
That's all
here,
right.
but
Well,
working
it
on it.
happens.
Hey, it sounds good. I think
Are
it
you
sounds
eating
good.
that microphone?
Tell us a little bit.
That's about the only way you can get it on there. It's a little messed up.
I know they didn't think about my head when they bought this.
Oh, you know what? You're right. We were supposed to order the special Jughead edition.
the big head.
But tell us about
many jokes.
week 1 playoff. Who'd y'all play?
Well, we played Roosevelt. We had them at home, and we took our record to 5-5.
Nice.
Big game, big win for the football program. And,
First district win in a while in this format, hasn't it?
Well, in this format, I think it was the first time.
First time.
Time ever we've won in this format.
It's awesome.
And I think it was the first district win since 2014, maybe, or
14, I
something
think.
like that. 6 or 7 years, something like that. So, very exciting. Decent crowd there on Friday. Now we take on the number 1 team in the state in St. Mary's.
You got this.
You got it. Yeah, and it's always great to have a home game. You open up the playoffs, not having a home game probably before if you're saying you're talking about this format. So it's nice that for the senior class they get a home playoff game. You play well, and the tradition you get to ring the bell.
Yep, we got to ring the bell, and for the 5th time this year, and there's a couple games there we wish we had back. We probably should have won 6 or 7, really, if you want to look at a couple games that we were in. The first one of the year, especially against Windsor, we were in that game, and overall it was nice to watch the team. I felt like we've gotten better each week, both defensively and offensively.
And when we streamed the game a couple weeks ago, I mean, we kind of talked about how there were a lot of young, fresh faces on the team. A lot of sophomores we called out, some juniors, even some freshmen. So I mean, as you guys do move into a tough test with the number 1 ranked St. Mary, not only in your district but also in the Class 3. So several D1 athletes over there. I mean, the future seems bright. At St. Pius, they got a win. Played Crystal City. Listen to that game on the radio. It was
a slugfest that first half.
Well,
Crystal City came out and they played really well.
They did.
I mean,
Coach Fox does a good job over there.
Agreed.
Yeah. I mean, St. Pius didn't have Rubel, but they've been playing better. But Crystal's had a good game plan, and they tried to control the ball. And the problem is they just weren't deep, and the depth really showed through when it came to the second half. And hey, kudos to them, man. They played a hell of a game. I'm thoroughly impressed, and much respect to them because considering how cold it was, and again you're up against it.
the weather. I think the weather seemed
was not great.
Yeah,
Not great.
It was not.
I was there. It was terrible.
But you have some of the other area scores. Just that kind of off the top of my head, it seemed like our 7 and Benton Kelly, they had a game for the ages. I think Kelly came out with that road win, 22-1.
22.
I think it was late that, at least checking Twitter, that our 7 went ahead, 21-14, under 2 minutes left, and never really heard or got to see what happened. But
I think
they went for 2 for the
for
win.
2. Yeah, and
Hey, guts to that coach,
Yeah,
man.
you got it.
That's some guts, and why not?
yeah, that's
Play to win the
Yeah.
game.
Especially on the road.
That's what I'm
Especially
saying.
on the road.
That's kind of the rule there is when you're on the road, go for 2. If you're at home, maybe go for the tie. But yeah, so as we move into week 2, I know we talked about your game, Pius. They're going to have to make the trip all the way up to Mark Twain.
yeah,
which
I
is,
might have to do it too.
You might have to. Hey, wave when you go close to Hannibal. Say hey, But that's where I went to school. It's great,
Okay,
great.
shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug for HLG. But no, that's going to be a tough test for Pius with Mark Twain because I think they're big. Talking to some of the coaches, they said they got some really good skill players. So we'll see how everybody else pans in week 2 in playoffs. Go ahead.
Very interesting matchup coming up, a rematch. You got Festus and Hillsboro.
That's going to be a good one. I mean, that was a great ball game the first time they played. And you talk about 2 just diametrically opposed teams. One's a ground and pound.
Tigers by 14.
Tigers by 14.
My prediction.
At the
You're just saying that.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
not
make
just
something up
saying
here.
that.
You're
I'm,
just saying
I'm telling you. The history of when they've had to play each other twice
Especially in the playoffs.
has really has shown well for Festus.
I agree.
And I have to root against Hillsboro. No offense there, Saharski, but I'm a
You're a
I
Tiger.
was,
Alumnus.
I was a Tiger, and we always hated to play Hillsboro. And we always
I didn't know that.
loved to win
This is new. This is- I
against
didn't know anything about
Hillsboro.
this.
And yeah, so go Tigers.
What's the score? You said
I say they're going to win by 14. I think Cole and Ahmad are going to hit each other a couple times. There's going to be some big
They
pass
shouldn't be fighting
play.
like that.
And I think I have a gut feeling Festus is going to win by
Well,
14.
I can guarantee you that place will be packed.
It may be
Friday
by
night.
1, but I mean they're going to win.
I just think that place is going to be a packed. The atmosphere in that field will be absolutely crazy.
It usually is. Usually is.
And just to say that the Tigers and the Hawks, anytime they play in any sport, it's usually a crazy atmosphere to begin
Basketball,
with.
it's good. It's yeah,
And that's normally how it kind of goes.
that's how it should be.
So wrapping up, kind of the high school. Good luck to everybody that's still playing, whether it's week 2 in football or whether it's state championships coming up for volleyball, for cross country. We haven't talked about, and maybe that's my fault. I'll take the blame.
Your
We
fault.
haven't talked about the Blues.
Oh, it's because you don't know anything about hockey.
I don't know anything about hockey.
What's hockey?
That's fine. So go ahead. You three.
Well, they're 6-1. I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one loss.
I mean, they
One loss,
got
and
some people with COVID.
Yeah, that really hurt when
That hurt the one loss.
3 best players are out with COVID.
made a big difference.
Yeah, but they played fairly well. It's just Colorado's not. They're good, and I hate it because you know who owns them, Jason. Who owns Colorado? Who owns Colorado, Jason?
Hold on,
hate
let's move the water.
Your best friend.
I can't say his name.
Oh, I can
The
say
guy
it.
we don't speak of?
Stan, the
Kroenke.
man.
So we'll get to him in a second. 'Cause
Kroenke.
that's good.
Why,
That's some
did
good
we really
stuff.
have to say his name?
Yeah.
I mean, we really had.
If you'd read the show notes, that's kind of what we were going to talk about.
We have show notes?
I'm sorry. I'm busy.
Oh,
Because we're all not busy right now,
Oh,
right?
right.
He's double busy. I'll give him that. I'll do give
Oh.
him that. He hasn't been at home this week till 9 o'clock every any
This
night.
is the earliest I've left the
It's-
school
yeah.
was tonight.
That's why you get paid the big
oh
bucks.
my gosh.
I wish.
Wait. Hang on. Wait.
Tier? Is that a
No,
tier?
that was just Sean.
Oh, I'm not a tear, but you guys have been on that message thing like even earlier in the year, and I'm like, dude,
Hey, listen.
I'm coaching a sport. I ain't got time.
Just like the
And
girls
I'm
say,
in there
it doesn't take that long to text back.
And I'm molding minds in there and teaching American history. I mean,
my God.
dude,
It is
and
so
he's
damn
waiting to
deep
be a
in here.
dad here
Yeah,
soon.
yeah,
He's
we just-
waiting to
I
be a
would say
dad
that's
here.
the
he
biggest
thinks.
excuse.
Alexander Graham Bell today. I told all the kids you should be very thankful because you never can get off the phone.
Did he
You know,
invent,
he invented it.
did he invent Taco Bell?
No, they didn't say that.
I've had a kid ask me that before.
Wouldn't surprise me. That was good.
Yeah.
I would say where you were probably teaching when that happened,
I'm
but
not
I was
gonna
going to
say
say it.
One of
One of the
several,
seven.
several
Yeah, there's
spots.
7 of them you have to pick. I understand.
I was about to say, like, really? Really? You're going to do that?
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So you tell me, fill me in, because the last
Blues?
time with the Blues,
Oh, okay.
with the Blues, we were talking about off season or preseason. You guys were discussing roster moves, and so how was the roster different? Go ahead. Here we go. Here we go.
You know,
Bing, light bulb.
this guy right here always is right?
Nope, never.
Tarasenko, I told y'all,
Uh-huh.
I said he would play, he would be on the Blues, and he was going to play well. And people thought I was crazy.
Is he?
He's not traded.
No, he's still there. And
He's
playing
not.
well.
He's not. He's not.
He's
But he's
playing
playing
well.
really well right now, and so I
He's
still
the tank.
firmly believe that he's going to be traded at some point this
Nope.
year.
I don't
think
I'm
so.
going to rescind it. I'm going to go back.
How can you trade him if he keeps playing the way he is?
He's worth every penny of his contract, and who are you going to get that's going to be just as good or better? I mean, really. So if you're in that position, just keep him. He's
And we
playing well.
haven't even had what's his face play much.
don't know
That
who
sod guy or whatever.
Is it the guy that like headbutted somebody,
No.
or is that that guy?
Savage.
That was Savage.
Tried to take a skate off and stab somebody, or was like
Wait, is that frowned on?
Happy Gilmore, or
That's what you got to do.
What about swinging the stick or something like that?
so are they faster? Is the roster built differently?
Yeah,
so
they play better
Definitely.
defense. And the other thing is
I don't think they're as physical.
well, I don't know about that.
I don't think they're as physical as they were when they won.
Have you watched any of the games?
Yeah, but I don't think
They've
they're
been
as
leading
physical.
in hits in almost every game they played.
I agree with that, but I'm not saying that
does
they.
that mean you're not physical?
I think they played more physical then. They just didn't have the speed that they have now.
It's like when you lead. It's like when
Their
you lead the
speed-
conference
and-
in free throws
and
made.
there's-
That means you're shooting more free throws than everybody because you're
and
getting more
there's some
fouls
people
called.
that are playing are playing up to their potential.
I
Robert
agree.
Thomas has been.
Yes, the young guys.
He's been good. Yeah, there's a couple young guys. He didn't in the game they lost. The one young guy made a bad pass.
The one guy?
God, I can't think of his name.
Cairo.
Cairo.
It might have been Cairo,
It's
but I
probably Cairo.
was thinking the other guy that they're
Maybe
really high
Jarvis.
on 101.1. It starts with a J.
James Neal.
Oh, wasn't him either.
Well, indeed.
I
We're
don't
kind of out of people. Jake Neighbors.
Yes,
There we go.
Neighbors. There it was.
So
Yeah.
what was the deal with Bennington? Because I heard something about he did. So when they win the Stanley Cup, he's emotionless. He's even keel. He's like, hey, this is who I am, and everybody loves it. Or everybody said, hey, we need you to be more emotional. Something happened recently with him, and then
No, he did the
now
same
people
thing in
are.
the Stanley Cup, though. He hit somebody with his stick,
Swinging
right?
the sticks, yeah.
He swung his stick back then when we were going for the Stanley Cup, too. He's kind of a silent assassin. Like, all of a sudden, he gets ticked off and whack, wow. I don't know exactly what happened, but I know he did something with the stick.
But they have a different style, and I think they're faster. They're scoring way more goals than what they did because it just seemed like they couldn't find the back of the net last year, which was kind of pathetic.
Well, they didn't shoot a lot either, did
Well, they
they?
didn't shoot well.
Okay.
Like you can chuck it at the goal, but when it goes up and tries to hit some guy in the the mezzanine section up high, you're
Oh,
probably.
by the way, they lost because Coach Winkler was at the game when they lost.
Coach
That is
Winkler.
for sure.
Winkler.
He even said, blame it on
Boo.
me. I am blaming it on you, Winkler.
What?
I thought Coach Winkler was going to make an appearance tonight and just sit over at the table and heckle us all night, but I still don't see him in the building.
Well, he's
so.
practicing too. He wants to go home and relax.
Yeah.
That's,
What is that? You know what that is?
No.
No, not till
have
June.
no earthly idea what
Not
that
now.
is.
Not till June.
Get
So
over it. I want to hear it.
yeah.
I want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Hear what?
Oh,
Huh? Oh man,
How has this coaching combo been going here,
it's
boys?
great. It's
Well,
great.
so
He's
far
doing
they're
his
practicing
thing.
together, so I'm sure it's probably okay, right?
Drop the divider
Drop the
down.
partition down. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Apparently, Coach Eddie says that me and him have a competition between who is
Who's
being the loudest.
Who's the loudest? Okay.
Like,
Well,
oh,
right now,
okay.
I'm kind of we're running it all together because I got so many football kids that aren't there yet.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's what we had to do. Usually, we kind of split things up, but
That.
it's all right.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard
I've
to
been
run
making
that
your
many
buddy Sims work a little
That's
bit.
good,
Yeah,
that's
he's been
good.
down there with the freshmen having to work.
That's good. We got. Hey, we
He's
get
gonna
off
miss it.
topic. We're getting off the rails. We were talking about the Blues. You just.
I'm sorry.
sidestepped
I mean,
it.
I'm just so excited
You're
about
so excited about
basketball.
basketball.
Well, hey, let's bring it up. How's it going? I mean,
There you
Blair.
go, show host.
Blair, talk about the Army, the small. Are you going to invade Canada?
Not yet.
Belgium.
The red shirts.
Belgium.
Got to find my way through first to get there. No, we had a decent turnout. I think we had a total of 35 kids turn out on day one. I think by the end of today we've had 31 now, so we're down to 31, which is an awesome number in my opinion. To be able to form 3 teams and get a lot of kids some opportunity to play basketball, which in a small school like us, I mean, we're not small anymore. I mean,
I'm sorry. Wait,
Your days of
I
being
said
called a small
I knew as
school.
soon as you said that I was like, uh-oh.
What?
It's gone. It's
we
gone. Sorry, guys.
used to be a small
Yeah,
school,
not
but
anymore.
we're not now. So, I think the biggest thing that I've taken away was the energy that we've had the first 3 days of practice. Has been phenomenal. I mean, our kids are really kind of in tune to what their goals were at the beginning of the year, and I think that they are wanting to have some success that kind of continue that success that we've had in the last couple of years. And so I think that we have a decent senior class. Have 9 girls in the senior class. Probably one of my biggest senior classes to ever come through since I've been here. So, and all 9 of them are very talented. I mean, probably one of the smartest classes I've ever had to coach. There's so many talented kids in the classroom in this grade. So I'm looking forward to this season and what it entails. Like I said, we've had a first 3 days of really good practice and got a lot of things accomplished, and already in 3 days.
So I'll open it up to the head coaches here. For week 1, and this was one of the topics that we want to talk about, but we'll get into it. Because you're missing athletes, because there's a potential of missing athletes, what do you look for as a head coach navigating the fact that football players, maybe if you're a bigger school or went out soccer players, volleyball players, softball, whoever, cross country, how do you guys navigate the opening week of the season when I'm assuming you just said you're missing kids? Are you missing? You're not missing anybody? Okay, missing kid, and we know we're missing probably half of our squad.
It was. I mean, me, Coach Buddy, and Coach Sims sat down yesterday, and we had like 16 freshmen come out. Okay?
Awesome.
And so we had to sit there and because I got a couple freshmen that are on football teams still. So I had one that's doing football, and he decided he was going to come to basketball too. And I got football kids coming to practice, but I'm not wanting them to do a whole lot, especially if they're going to play. Right. So, but it's hard when you're going through these freshmen, and I only have 4 10th graders. And I think there may be one possibility on the cross-country team. I don't know. I think they're still mulling over if they're even going to come out. And so I only have 4 sophomores, so I have a freshman and a JV team. So I had to try to figure out how many of these freshmen I'm going to keep. A couple of them eliminated themselves, didn't come back after the first day. And I kept 10. And I have 10 freshmen. And total, we right now are expecting to have anywhere from 28 to 30 total.
Good number.
Which is about what we've had the last couple years. And, the numbers haven't been a bad thing. It's just some of them got to get in the basketball gym, and the talent level maybe between some of them is spread out a little bit. But
in your younger grades.
guys, yeah. And it's good, though, to have all these numbers, and it's been good. Today was our best practice by far. Very, very good energy. Kids are starting to I think they're starting to expect to win. The football team winning 5 games this year is really going to help, I think, the overall boys' atmosphere in sports.
Agreed.
And that's something we're trying to change at Herculaneum is just that we trying to change these kids' mindset. We can win games, but it's not going to be handed to you.
No.
And to teach these kids the work ethic we need to be able to win those games. And, man, the kids I got in there right now have been busting their butts. I also have, if you've watched us play football, DJ Johnson, who has never played basketball, is saying he's going to come out, and he's come to practice and watch the last 3 days. So we'll see if he can help us out too. And I'm looking forward to the season.
And I'll kind of veil off that a little bit. I've been setting in a little bit of his practices, and you can see the upperclassmen that have had a little bit of varsity experience for you, really starting to take a little bit of leadership, which in his program, the last couple of years, he's been trying to find that someone that's going to take that leadership role on it and take it with a lot of ambition. And I think he's got not only one, but he's probably got a handful of kids that want to take on that leadership role. And you see it in practice already when some kids are not doing things. I had a couple kids. Hey, let's go get our energy up. We're flat right now. Like he had a couple kids step up, and I think that's going to take a long step forward for you.
I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to lean on our junior class. Our junior class is a big class. It's a talented class. And along with the few seniors I have, I'm only going to have 4, I believe. And I think that we can do some good things. We just got to put it all together. And it's hard with small schools. And it's not like if you're at a big school where you may only have 2 kids that are playing football or something.
Right.
We got – I got like several key players that are playing football. Probably 3 of my starters for sure playing football right now. Maybe 4 of my starters.
Well, piggyback
you
off
probably
that,
doing
Chris.
the same. You probably have the same thing. Rubel's a basketball player. You got others.
Yeah, we're missing between football and soccer.
I forgot about soccer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I tried to. Sorry, Kevin. But our guys are they're coming in working hard and
no coaches speak.
No, we are. We're coming working hard, and they have to because they ain't given a damn choice, okay?
That's what you got to do.
We had a 3-hour practice the first day. There's like 4 kids throw up. Gave no rat's asses about it. And, a couple kids couldn't hack it. That's fine. They're I only had a couple kids who come and talk to me, like that, they send me a message, "Oh, Coach, I don't want to play no more." Okay, just come talk to me. It's fine, but whatever. But anyway, it's that just annoys me. Sorry, I keep thinking about it. But it's hard when you got guys who aren't there because you want to talk about some stuff moving forward.
Hey.
But right now, I'm more interested in us getting better at some of the stuff. We got guys who transferred in, haven't played, or coming up from JV.
It's hard to put new stuff in right now at this point
Okay,
in time.
so this was my question.
This is
what do you focus on? Because
I'll tell you what you focus on. You focus on, hey, I'm going to box out today, okay? That's what I'm going to do.
We almost lost the whole sector.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what we're going to do. Freaking work. Bam, box out.
You know what's funny? It is so funny.
Get down to defensive stance. We're going to slide. Come on, let's
You
go. That's
sound
what
like
we're gonna
I did
freaking
today.
do.
You sound like we
I'm
worked
so
on
excited
blocking
about
out for at least probably 45 minutes today, and try to explain to these kids.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
I wasn't sure what was getting ready to happen in front of me.
we had to zoom out, but they had to
Especially when he turned around. He was like,
hey, hold on, it's
yo.
cloudy outside, but it's full moon. Who knew?
Well, it's hard. It's really hard. Like today, I worked on an offense, but I made sure I worked on an offense that I know all those football players know. And I'm not going to – it's just going to be hard to put anything new in for this week.
Yep.
And then if we happen to shock the whole state of Missouri and beat St. Mary's on Friday, then I'm going to be stuck in another situation of where I'm going to have to get these kids ready to play that first game and not worry about it.
So, when we talk about scheduling, this was our topic, and I'll read it.
Jason, this is new news.
Oh yeah, here you go. Ready?
I looked at
He's
the
here
thing.
at just the same time as you.
You
so
can see that I looked.
the overlap of fall and
I
winter
saw it.
sports, and then I won't say how dumb it is.
That was
That was you.
me.
That was you. Well, I didn't want to throw you under the bus,
Dude,
but
it's okay. Everybody does.
Oh,
I just
overlap-
boxed out on top of this.
Well, it's
Yeah.
gotten less and less.
Okay. Okay.
That's the thing. When I first started basketball, my first coaching experience as a head coach, we had a week off before we – football was done. We had a week. Then we started.
Right.
Now we went from a week to a day. If we even have a day, or you're like we are this year, we're backed up a week.
right.
If you're like Valley, shoot, that basketball coach doesn't get those kids.
No.
He wasn't getting them until way late. So
Second week of December now.
there's got to be a way that we don't have to do that.
It's very easy to do. You can move football up a week, and you can push basketball back.
A week.
The only people that need to play early are the ones who are grandfathered into a Thanksgiving tournament. Most of those schools are small schools who don't have football. Baseball will be done. You don't have state tournament in fall baseball. That's it. You're done. Cool.
Right.
Great. Good times. And you know what? We're not doing it. And it doesn't make any freaking sense. So you let the 16 teams that have a Thanksgiving tournament dictate this because they're pissed and moan about it? Who cares? Start December 1st. I'm okay with that. Basketball season's long anyway. It's a freaking long season.
No, yeah, it is.
I don't know about December 1st.
No, I mean
think-
your first game.
Oh, first game. Okay.
First game,
Okay.
December
yeah.
1st.
I think the other thing that you got to look at is,
Second week in November. Practice.
this year, I look back and I look and say there's a possible 19 days before putting your first practice till the first opportunity to play a game.
Well,
on the 19th.
I can only actually schedule, because I'm not going to practice on Sunday. I could schedule 16 practices
Yeah.
before our first game,
Yep.
and one of those is going to be a jamboree. And 2 of those are tryout days. So then you're already down to 14.
Yeah, and then not including
Then the kid has to be there. What if they miss?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
What if
I
there's
think
some crazy reason? I mean,
it's really putting a damper on.
it's a short turnaround.
It's putting a damper on a lot of because here's the thing: basketball, is probably something that you really have got to rep it, and you can't just go out there and say, we're going to run. A certain thing and not have to rep it 25 times.
Let's say flex.
Okay, let's just do flex. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't even know what.
Who runs the
I don't even know what that is, but whatever.
I don't know either,
So. But
Grandpa
if you're running that, you just got to rep it over and
Yeah.
over and over again. And kids need reps to get it.
And if you're going to have to guard it, you're going to have to rep it over and over and
Yes,
over and
yes.
over and over.
But I think that's kind of the concern is you look at 19 days from first day of practice till first eligible game is on the 19th. So like
That's
you
what
take
my
out,
game is. It wasn't supposed to be. I had to move it because of scheduling
See, I was
difficulties.
going to say, that's the other thing is, so.
And here I moved it up, and then we won a playoff football game. So then I'm losing a whole week with my whole team.
Well,
Then once
we didn't even
again-
talk about districts, and let's use you as an example because hypothetically, you are in the boat of maybe you're class 4, maybe you're class 3, maybe you're 3, maybe you're 4, and it's going back and forth. And so, are you going to try and schedule somebody the last week of February, maybe thinking that you're going to be class 4 and up, or do you not? And then here you are, you have an entire week off of no games, and then going right into your.
We're playing like the last Thursday in February or something like that. And then
once again, here's the thing. Once again, I think you're struggling with the way that this is all being done now, where you don't find out what district or what class you're in
are we
until
throwing darts with the
2 or 3 weeks
map
in.
and here we go.
And 2 or 3 weeks in, now I can't schedule accordingly. Like when it was your 2 years, you knew where you're going to be at for 2 full years. I could schedule that for the following 2 years, and I have a schedule to be able to play maybe some common opponents, to be able to, kind of put my kids in a good position. Where now you're just scheduling games to schedule games because you can't really know for.
And you don't know who's going to be in your district. Heck, we'll probably be north this year because we were south last year. You look at our volleyball. Our volleyball got stuck up north this year. So we probably going to end up north this year.
I don't understand why that changes. Why that changes week to week or year to year. What it's north one year, it's south one year, it's west one year. What?
Here's what I think happens: is they start
In the South.
they start in the south, but they also depends on how far west they start in the south. So they may start Poplar Bluff and work their way east and then up.
If you want.
Sometimes they can stop all the way down at West Plains and
if
start
you want,
west and head move over.
I can get the official explanation on how they do this.
That would be.
Well, I would
hold
love
on,
it.
time out. We've been doing the show how many weeks, and he just now says that?
You know why?
No,
Is
I
it
don't know why.
consistent?
Tell us. Tell the viewers.
Is it
The
consistent?
viewers want to know.
The viewers want to know.
Because I just remembered I knew how to find out.
Well, let's find out.
I got other crap on my mind, okay?
Oh,
I'm worried
my
about
goodness.
losing to Herky.
Oh my
We had
goodness.
nothing to worry about.
We don't stand a
Oh, get out
chance.
of here.
We're awful.
Yeah, you say that. What happened last year?
It was not a conference game. You got us in the conference game. What
Well-
week is that? We got to mark that crap down, people.
14.
January 14th.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Is it a Friday?
It's a Friday night.
Four-nighter?
Friday,
game
night at the.
Is that the Ralph Boyer?
It's
Is it at the- is it at the X?
It's at the.
It's at the X.
The X.
We're gonna make
Pious.
sure that it's gonna be
Gonna be a
loud,
Are they gonna cater? Are they going to
crazy.
cater? Are we going to get food or
Oh,
something?
we'll have to.
There'll be a big old cloud
And I
of
got
smoke.
a
for
feeling.
intro.
I
You
got
gotta-
a feeling that our show will be a part of this.
How?
No
We're going to be coaching.
way.
I think there might be a chance.
I love it. Let's do it.
Hopefully, it's something on the line for these guys. That'll be. Hopefully, maybe you're competing for a conference championship,
Like-
and you guys are competing for maybe.
Somebody puts a camera and a microphone in my face, like, Coach Miller, what do you think? I want no freaking buffalo wings. Get out of my face.
I say.
You want to get some wings?
I
No.
say we mic him up.
During
No,
Get one of
that's
those
not
lapels.
good.
Is this a family show?
it's
Hell no, it's not a family show. I'm just telling you, that's probably not a good idea.
Oh, God.
But when
If
you
I
got
get
you brought it
blackout
up.
rage, it's not good.
Well, you brought it up, and so this is another thing that we wanted to talk about when you said the athletes. So you're going to get your athletes now a week later, maybe more than a week later. Okay? So then here's the thing. So you explain to everybody, basketball coaches talk a lot about players not being in, quote, basketball shape when they come in from another sport, okay, or sports seasons. What specifically about those other sports makes someone, talk about what do you mean basketball shape? But we also everybody talks about being a multiple sport athlete. Talk about maybe the pros and cons, or when you say get in basketball shape, but then also talk about the pros of being a multi-sport athlete. What do you like, and what do you have to do to get them in shape? How's it different?
I'll jump in on this
Okay,
because
good.
I'll be honest with you. and there's zero disrespect to any other sport because you have to be in shape to play football, you have to be in shape to play soccer, you have to be in shape to play these other sports. Cross country, I guess you got to be in shape.
Just a tad.
A little bit.
Just a tad.
But
you got to train all year. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah, we want to talk about the fall sport,
condition.
Anyway. Yeah, so I think it's kind of it's just one of these things where basketball is a unique monster. Okay, you don't just get to run and stop, and then the play's dead for a little bit, and then you go again and you stop, like football. Or
like baseball, like volleyball,
and in soccer, if the ball gets away from you, where you're on, I guess you're on offense, and you're over here, then you're not as big of a play as the other guys who are playing defense, or vice versa. So, whenever you talk about basketball, while you're on the court, it's continuous. You don't have time to think about the mistake you just made, like, oh, I turned the ball over. No, get your ass back and play defense. Let's get it back. Don't worry about it. You can't worry about it then. In the moment.
You have to have a short memory.
Short memory. And you've got to be able to move and stop and move and stop. You're running forwards, backwards, side to side, lateral here, jump up, run here, fall on the ground, whatever.
Box out, dive, do this. And
at the whole time, you have to be able to. It's like this. When your brain is not getting the oxygen that it needs, you can't think. Okay? So whenever kids have a hard time with remembering stuff, they might be tired. This is a conversation I had the last couple days because it's important that you remember things while you're tired. If not, you're not in good shape.
Well, and that's why, like today, there's a perfect example. We worked on one of our offensive plays. When did I work on it? At the very end, when we were dead dog tired and we couldn't move hardly, because I want them to be in that mode of I'm tired. It's the fourth quarter. I got to really dig deep to know where I need to be in this spot, that spot. And yeah, it's challenging to change from, football. I played college football. Football was my sport forever, and now basketball is probably my first love. Now is basketball. But football, it's 6-second burst usually.
Yeah.
Unless you're a wide receiver and you break one, or a running back that breaks one, or, a quarterback or whatever. It's 6 seconds to 10-second spurts.
Right.
Linemen especially. It's a different type of conditioning than running up and down the court.
Well, and here's the thing. It takes a different kind of training.
Yeah.
Like, you can't train the same way for football that you do basketball. You can't train the same way for cross country as you do any other sport as well. So it doesn't change the training side of it. Is you really unless you're in the gym, working on skills and going up and down and constantly moving, constantly going through drills and going hard at drills, you can't emulate the games. I honestly don't think you can do that. I think the one thing is you have to build your muscle strength up, and I think it takes a lot different kind of muscles to play basketball compared to playing football, compared to playing baseball, compared to playing any sport, to be honest.
How many of your kids after that first couple of days basketball practice are like, they're hurting in places they haven't heard?
Yes, I heard that. I heard that yesterday. Bad.
All I know is that after the first day of practice, my kids were quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet, boys and girls. They were quiet.
I'm pretty sure that our wellness teachers were saying, they came up to me at lunch and they go, I'm really tired of hearing your basketball players complain about being sore. Like, hey, it's good.
Hey,
I like
he had 12 months.
And it's funny because I said, listen,
had 12
guys,
months to get ready.
If you're not getting yourself in shape because you're not playing a fall sport, and I love it when kids say, well, I'm not going to play football because I'm going to focus on basketball. Are you, though? Because I'm pretty sure the kid who just grabbed the trash can and barfed a little bit, so you probably weren't focusing on basketball.
Right.
Lay off the damn vape, whatever you're doing, stop. Okay? You should be getting
Kids
yourself
vape?
No.
Jason, listen.
Jason, let me tell you.
Along with the show notes.
Kids lie too?
Hey, hot take right here.
Hot take.
Kids lie.
Kids lie?
And do stuff they're not supposed
Lied,
to.
vape, and cheat.
Never happens.
But
Doesn't happen to Herculaneum.
It's crazy because how many kids have you coached after that? It's like, oh, this is terrible, it's awful. You knew it was coming. It's like, I'm not telling you any secrets. I'm like, hey, listen.
Hey, how about the ones that
anytime.
come the first day of practice? No physical.
That's the best.
Is that
I
not
know.
the most, like,
In high school?
It just makes your face want to just turn red, and you just want to go, especially ones that are, you didn't play a sport.
Yeah, and especially that year in high school, you don't tell me you didn't know.
I thought it was a 2-year. Okay.
And I knew we were going to get that when they started that, but here's the problem with that whole
All you gotta
thing.
do is talk.
Yeah.
I put it out for the last 2 months, sent out huddle messages and Facebook posts and Twitter posts. Hey, parents, make sure your kids' physicals up to date. Hey, make sure the physicals are up to date.
Well, and I think that your biggest problem with the way we practice compared to what most others is constant. If you're going to play the way our teams play, we're getting up and down. We're not, walking the ball up the floor and playing that way. Not very many teams do that anymore. I mean, honestly, you look at high school basketball, but you look at
hold the ball and.
But you look at high school basketball, you don't see very many teams, get it and walk up the floor and set up an offense.
Well, no, because kids don't want to do that.
Have you filled out your shot clock thing for Misha? I haven't done it yet.
I sure did already.
I did not.
But, I
Does
think
it matter? I was going to say, it doesn't matter. Did anything that we've ever done over the last umpteen years
shot clock
ever
is
matter?
like Thanos. It's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
It's coming.
But my other concern and my other question to you is, and like you said, we don't have these athletes. Both of these two guys don't have 20 to 50%.
Whether it's cross country or football, we don't have
20 to 50%. So here's my other concern. Okay, you've only got 19 days in between day one and first day of the game.
Game one, yeah.
So what about those kids that maybe are still playing football? Mm-hmm. Now they're going to get back. Let's say that you have an opportunity to get to the district final and then go on maybe to the next round. Mm-hmm. You are now in mid-November. So if it takes 2 weeks for your kids that are already going right now to get in basketball
Our
shape,
first tournament, dude, would be,
so you're going to be looking at mid-December for those kids to be getting in game shape. That's
and you're gonna have Thanksgiving. You're gonna have Thanksgiving. You're gonna have Christmas through all that too.
This brings me to how many schools have programs that are football dominant and basketball dominant. I don't think you have that many, maybe off of the top of my. And we're talking about our size schools because yes, you're going to have the big schools that's the kids specialize, and you might have one or two stud D1 athletes that are just God-given ability. They're just going to pick it up, right?
Right.
But how many of the small schools, year in and year out?
Populations of around 500 or less. Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard.
I'm not only fighting that sport in particular, probably not only now, but I fight them in the summer. I fight them in everything. Mm-hmm. You're fighting for that kid's time to concentrate on your sport because
year-round.
Football starts, man. I don't know how many of you realize this, but it's all of June and almost all of July at a lot of places.
Mm-hmm. Oh, even in the spring. But so let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll keep talking, but we'll talk about the positive side on what you guys like to see in regards to, we always talk about having multi-sport athletes. We don't want them to specialize. What are some of the things that you like to see? But also, when we go through this, what do you see when these kids come back? Are they going to be out of shape? These football guys are going to be out of shape? Or soccer guys are going to go ahead and be okay? What are we thinking? So we'll take a break. You're watching the Coach's Box here at La Pechanga and Herculaneum, and we will see you in a bit.
Whether it's residential or commercial, Home by SMCI has the right products for you. Global Plasma Solutions will attack your bacteria, mold, viruses, and even help with dust in your house. They install easily in less than 45 minutes, and it's an invaluable investment for the rest of your life. If you're interested in any of the products they offer, give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Miller from the Coach's Box. If you haven't already, you need to go to our Facebook page and you need to like our show, the Coach's Box Facebook page. And it's real simple. I'm just going to show you guys what it kind of looks like on Facebook right now. And as you can see, you just find us here at the Coach's Box. We keep it pretty simple, especially for guys like Jarvis who can't read or write. And as you see right here, I'm going to go ahead and click follow. And now I'm following the show. And I should be already, but hey, whatever. And this when I do this, I have the opportunity to see our Facebook pages pop up live, and you guys continue to share and be a part of the show, comment, like it. We always encourage you guys to be a part of it because we just do this because we enjoy messing with each other, talking sports, talking whatever in life, and interacting with you guys on a regular basis. So like our show, follow it, and continue your support. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys here in a little bit. Thanks.
All right, so we're back on the Coach's Box here at Herculaneum Lapachanga. Yeah, I think so. This time we are. But before we get into our next segment, we want to say thank you all again, once again, to the followers. We eclipsed the 1,000 follower threshold. Remember,
1,000.
Over 1,000. Can you believe that?
I don't even know 1,000 people now. Maybe I do.
No, I don't know.
I don't remember their names.
I tell you what you do know, Miller, is that when we get to 1,100, what's happening? You get this guy
pie to the face.
I get a pie to the face. Somebody asked me who gets to throw the pie. Maybe we should have a drawing for who wants to throw the pie.
Maybe a follower is going to eat here at the Herculaneum Lapachanga.
They do
and
some
they
of
can
that.
do that.
You know, they do some of that here for when you get birthdays.
So here's what I think. and I'll be the guinea pig. When we get to 1.1K followers,
Yeah.
we will put a little form up, and you can sign up to be that person, and we will pick a winner, and you can put a pie in my face.
And then 1,200.
1,200.
Why did I get
This
picked second?
guy, because it's what the people.
Watch. I'll have the baby right when it's supposed to be.
That's all right. We'll go to the hospital.
job.
We can do
Go
it
to the
live.
hospital.
Brought to you live. Huh?
Yeah, I'm sure Tara Lynn would love that.
She can put the pie in your face. She can, never again.
Amen. Amen.
You sure? You sure don't want another one?
Oh no. Hey, when they told me there's only one in there,
I was gonna say, how funny would it be? And here's
Oh,
another
my
one. Here's another one.
Jughead number
you guys would all be coming to my funeral. Because I'd have a heart attack. I would have literally a heart attack.
Don't say that, Jay.
Are you, dude? You know me.
I know you do. I know.
You know me well enough that if
Oh gosh.
it all of a sudden was 2, I mean, I know her belly's big, but they're the only one.
It's a big jughead.
Oh man, it's a
Dude.
big jughead.
It's all that head.
Hey, we went to the doctor yesterday. 7 pounds and
Oh, my
14 ounces, and she's not due till the 20th.
Almost 8 pounds. Gosh, dang.
Oh, it's gonna be a 9-pounder.
Oh my gosh.
I was 10 something. My poor mom.
My gosh.
Oh
I was
man.
the
Poor
third,
guy.
the third Jarvis.
You poor guy.
Got me all teary-eyed over here.
Man, spit your eye or something?
When it told me you're going to die of a heart attack, I couldn't handle it, man. Couldn't handle it.
I know.
But speaking of handle, let's go back to our topic.
Now, wait a minute.
So-
We got one more.
Oh.
Okay, because when we get to the magic 1,400,
Oh,
this
guy.
It's a pie.
This guy.
You're getting a pie in the
And I,
face?
how about this? I will let all of you put a pie in my face.
Like all at once?
No, just separately. I'll pick 4 of them.
Oh,
There's
he ain't
so
scared.
many-
He ain't scared.
There's so many things
He
I want to
ain't
say.
Are you
scared.
putting your contacts
He is.
in?
I am.
Jeez Louise.
I am.
Hold on. Are your contacts dry?
No, they're hard.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say is,
They're
if
not
there's a
soft contacts, so they don't
sponsorship,
dry out.
if there's a hey, hold on, time out. If there's a sponsor that would like to maybe sponsor the show, or
Or throw a pie in his face.
or throw a pie in his face. Hey, if you
There's a lot of people out there that would love to do that.
I was going to say, you probably we probably have a list here that could be out
yes.
the
Ooh,
store.
I got one in mind that probably would like to right now. That's funny.
I do too.
But no, but seriously, whether you have a small business, or if you work at a small business, or hey, if you know what, you just want to sponsor the show in general, what is it, $25?
It's $25 to start.
$25 to start. Go ahead.
To start, and it's $15 a month after that. Basically, you can go and get how many gallons of gas?
Half of a gallon at this point? I don't
my
know.
In California, you
Half
can
of
literally
my
get
tank.
2 gallons of gas, 1.8 gallons
Thank you,
of
Joe.
gas.
About a quarter of my.
Wait, we can't say
Tank.
things like that.
Oh, we can't?
It's not
Okay.
his fault.
Oh, it's not. It's
You
not.
say thank you. What do they say? Brandon or whatever.
No, wait, that's easy.
No,
Easy on the
yeah,
hate speech.
Easy, no.
Easy on the hate speech.
Hold on, the
That's
lights
hate
flickering.
speech now?
Dude,
Did
you
you-
gotta pay attention.
Are we still on?
Oh, yeah, we're still.
All
Oh,
those-
Jason, you said something political. Be careful.
We're talking about the same people that said F Trump, and now they're upset about.
You don't
hey,
understand
Brandon?
how any of this
Wait,
works?
you don't
It's
know,
only
you don't know
okay.
what free speech is according
It's
to
only-
a certain side.
Well,
It's
I mean,
only
I've-
tolerant.
I've taught
it's only
government several years.
Tolerance only works if you agree
True.
100% one way. That's how
is-
tolerant. You didn't
And it's
know?
my
So
way. That
yeah,
is-
yeah, my way.
So are they against the thing that says I did that? I did that. I did
They
that.
did that.
Sorry, let's get off
Oh,
politics.
but anyway.
You'll really get me and Chris going here.
No, we did not.
Who, me? Yeah, hey, this guy. No,
This
but
would be
go ahead,
trouble.
keep telling about
So
sponsorship.
yeah, it's $15 after that. So 25 up front, 15 after that. Put a graphic up. We'll run a commercial. I mean,
So, Joe, if you're listening, we will even put you up.
well, yeah, probably waiting on the
100% sure.
stuff right now so we can make commercial and stuff. But anyway, it's
We can
it's
think of some stuff.
and listen, we can come up with some creative stuff if you're interested in us making a commercial. So,
Yes.
please do it. Again, our ultimate goal is to try to give back. That's the whole purpose. Obviously, our what we're doing for sponsorship money is not like we're making any killing here.
And we don't want
we
to.
don't want to.
That's not the point.
We have never done this show for money. We absolutely make no money.
None.
And
No, you can ask Joel. It's cost Coach Jarvis.
It goes to Joel. It goes to
You
Joel.
can ask him. It's cost me quite a bit of money to do this
is this
show.
a tax write-off? I mean,
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Our first year, I probably spent $1,000 here.
Hey.
If
That's
I'm going
minimal.
to spend it at a Mexican restaurant,
Hey,
this is the one I'm going
and Joel
to.
says gracias.
Yeah.
You know?
no, wait. I mean,
De nada.
And Joel does a lot for the community
Yes, he
here.
does,
And
yeah.
of course, being the Festus and Crystal City and Herculaneum.
I was going to say, hold on, Herculaneum here. Let's go.
I'm moving up the highway, okay? Get over it.
Get over it.
Jeez.
Deering, you will never see me in a singlet, ever.
Man, we could have some great contests. Anyway,
Could be some fun.
if you're interested, that's our purpose behind it. We want to make sure that we're all trying to give back to the community, but at the same time, we're just trying to,
We want to help out the mom and pop shops,
Sure,
and
yeah.
there's so many here in Jefferson County. I mean, we're a stone's throw away from just all kinds of great mom and pop shop, whether it's downtown Festus, Crystal City, whether it's Herculaneum,
Whether it's a restaurant,
yeah.
there's so many places.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
and I think the biggest thing about it is here we have so many great businesses in this county that a lot of people don't even know about.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of places
know.
and things that a lot of people don't even know about. I didn't even know that was there, or I didn't even know that business was
Wait a second, that used to be, but
Yeah.
now it's
Yeah. And
yeah.
so, I mean, we're trying to help you guys out to get your names out there. And more importantly, it's just giving back to the community that's been so supportive of all of us. Not necessarily for the coaches box, but just in general. All of our kids in all of our school districts. Some of these people have had their kids go through some of our school districts. And so I think it's just important to give back to the community that you've maybe your kids have given so much time and effort and energy into, and it's just important to recognize our locals and to make people understand that they're important to the success of our community.
So with that, we'll talk about our next topic here, and let's be honest, we were sent this, or I can't remember who sent it. Could have been Kevin, could have been one of you guys, and it's not a good story, and it's not a look. But it's something that I think you do the AAU select. I've been around it. You've been around
My
it.
sons played it.
Whether it's select football, basketball, baseball, all of that, right? And now it's going into school sports as well. So this is in the state of Missouri. This is actually in our backyard down at Cape Girardeau reported. That's KFVS.
KFVS 12, baby.
All
Cape
right,
Girardeau.
there you go. Heartland referee speaks out after attack. And so here's what happened. It says a Heartland basketball referee is rethinking his time on the court after being attacked in the parking lot. Now, was this a varsity game? No, couldn't have been. Was this a JV game? No. Was this a freshman game? No. This was an attack following it's in the news, so we might as well say it, a Puxico Twin Rivers junior high school basketball game, October 28th. Maybe it's a full moon, I don't know, Halloween, but what in the world is going on when referees, officials are being attacked after doing a ball game?
A junior high.
A junior high contest.
Well, here's the thing. We're struggling already to find officials.
I get it. We get the NFHS daily.
Daily.
I always put that out there when I get it.
Hey.
And I'm not joking. Seriously, we need people.
Yes, we do.
The NFHS sends that out, and the thing about that pixelated camera that I'm never going to win.
Trying, right?
That ain't happening.
But I don't know. I struggle with let's just be honest. We're not always easy on officials as coaches.
No,
totally not.
I told you. Well, what did I say in our thing? I said I've seen red with a couple officials.
Sure.
But I would never go outside and assault them.
I mean, can you imagine doing this for pennies on the dollar?
Right.
Pennies on the dollar, and you're going out there trying to give back to kids. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it. If you ask any official that's been doing this a long time, they're doing it one, to give back to the game that they love, and to give back to the kids.
Well, that was this guy. They said that he'd been an official for decades.
Yep.
And they said, "Well, I'm done.
Right.
I'm done."
Right.
I don't
And
blame
why
him.
would you not be?
Well,
I mean, why would you not be? Why would you want to be scared for your
where
life
are we
constantly?
at? Where are we at as in a society that we can't? Why
that's
can't
a
we
really
as
deep question right there? Because there's a total.
well,
rabbit
as
hole we can go
adults,
down
we
there.
can't sit here and just simply say, "Hey, great job, son. Great
Oh,
job,
you know
great
why?
job, daughter.
Because-
Love you.
because we got
Great
people
games,
who
fun
live
to watch."
vicariously through their kids, and it's
Oh,
it's so much, and well, I paid so much money for him to go play, and so I know he's good.
Well,
and
I literally watched a baseball game. I think it was last year. Just happened to park next to the umpires, and I knew one of them. It was Charles, and the other umpire made it was an awful call in the baseball game, and the team parent that came over and was scolding the umpire, they still won by. I don't
Still
know.
won.
They won by and they whooped the team they were playing. You can probably figure out what team that is. And this parent was mad because the call screwed up something for their son who was the pitcher.
Oh, there we go. Stats. It's all
And
about
all
stats.
about stats, baby.
They were over here giving this umpire the business. And I'm like, and I just stood there because I didn't want something to happen. I thought something might happen. And I'm like, and I wanted to, I didn't comment, you're a coach, I was just like, I wanted to go, are you kidding me, dude? You guys won. This call had nothing to do with the game. He made a mistake. Get over it. Right. I'm like, it was unreal. It was unreal.
Well, what scares me a lot with this whole thing is at some point, when is it going to be have it all shut down?
Well,
at what point when we don't have enough?
That's
how
coming.
many times have you do summer baseball?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times this spring and summer where we had one umpire for the whole game, whole field. I mean, he was calling balls and strikes from behind the mound, calling everybody out at first base, second base, and third base, and at home plate. One umpire for the whole game. So that tells me right there that we're struggling to find umpires. If we can't even find two, and we're having to go to one for a 13U game. I mean, that's tough.
Because you know why?
So what do you think they're going to get? Do you think they're going to get harassed? Yes, because they're not going to see every call. They're not going to be able to call the ball and strike correctly. That's just part of it.
It wouldn't matter if they had 4 out there umpiring.
People would still be.
People are going to.
But that's the reason. That's what I'm saying. That's the reason why it's getting to that point, because now we have to have one because everybody's ran them off by calling him out on every single thing, and that's what is the frustrating part.
They go on social media, they attack him personally. You got Uncle Bob over there drinking a Keystone,
Hey,
pissing, moaning about
now
every
listen.
call.
Hey, my first foray into this whole select team, we have a tournament somewhat close to this general area, and as we're walking in, I see parents with coolers, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's hot, it's a 100+ degree day, and then nope, I mean it just cases of beer for 8, 9, 10 to 12-year-old baseball. Are you kidding me?
Scary.
And so they get liquored up, they get a little inebriated. Next thing you know, and you see it in, I don't know, it's an epidemic.
Well, people aren't decent. They're
No.
not. They don't care about anything. They only care about their kids.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, I take that back. They don't even care about their kids. They care about them. Because the only reason that you have a problem with that is because it's you and your pride. And I was this and I was that. Shut the hell up, okay? I don't give a damn if you've coached 17 years of T-ball or you were, the greatest pitcher ever and Bruce Springsteen wrote the damn song about you. Shut up, okay? Because if you do that, all you are. Listen, I'm the same guy. I'm the same guy who will give officials a hard time, okay? I have. And I own it. I own it.
Get my gloves on.
Yeah. Hey.
Badly.
Yeah, I was looking for Vaseline.
I was gonna say,
yeah. But at the same time, I respect the fact and I understand the fact that they're gonna miss calls. Just the same as I'm gonna make mistakes with what I do.
But go ahead.
But we also have people in the society who apparently think that there is no damn way that they're wrong about what they saw. There's no way. Because they saw it through the chain link fence that they're sitting at up on the right field fence.
Right.
And or out in the parking lot, and they saw it, and they knew it, and you're just nothing but a POS umpire. That's stupid, okay?
Well,
and AAU game's the same way.
And
it for this to happen in a junior high game, junior high game, it's absolutely absurd. For anybody to do that, unless that official caused bodily harm to my kid personally, where he pushed him or something like that, that's the only damn way that I'm going to ever think. Like that thought crossed my mind. Now, if I got pissed off at an official, yeah, I've been pissed off.
And we all have. And honestly,
like I said, I've seen red.
Honestly, I would say this for at least for us, because I know we've talked about it before months ago, probably last season, when we said, why do we get aggravated? It's because we want to have a dialogue, and then they don't dialogue back. And then that's why we get aggravated, because we want to have a conversation about it, and then when they get, they tell us, no, be quiet, sit down, this, that, and the other. That's about the only time, at least I can think, that I ever get aggravated. It's like, hold on, time out. We need to talk and have a discussion, and you don't even want to give me that. You got to at least talk about it.
Well, and that's what the number one reason that probably any of us have ever had a problem with an official is the communication. And and sometimes it's a miscommunication.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's me, and sometimes it's them.
Right.
Sometimes it's both of us.
Right.
And at the end of the day, that's the number one thing we want. Listen, just tell me what you saw. Just tell me what you were thinking. Well, now I might tell them like, hey, you owe me one because you did blow it. Okay, look, you did. But you know what? At the same time, it's like, hey, my bad.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. And I'm okay with owning that.
Right.
For any of the officials who watch, trust me, bring it up, throw it in my face if you see me, if you watch our show, if you're one of those guys.
I'll help you.
Hey, right. Yeah, you stop it. I don't want to get tossed. You want to talk to you like that?
But
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You're dang right. I would say that because you know why? Because if I would have been like that, I'd have been beeped.
Oh,
quicker.
But I wish I wouldn't have got a pinch warning at that point.
But I tell you, and I'll use one of your former players, Paige Fowler. She when my son was still doing Twin City Little League, and I don't know, she had only been a sophomore at the oldest. She was an excellent umpire. Okay, and they had a lot of kids that were doing it, but it was just something, and I know I've said this before on the show, she did a fantastic job, and hopefully that's something that maybe she wants to continue to do, maybe in a part-time job, you're going to get a check or cash or whatever they wind up doing, but it's something that she even got it a time or two, and it's like, I'm talking to these guys, I'm like, this kid's probably 15. What are you doing? They're out here so our 9-year-olds can play.
Yeah, have a chance.
Can have a chance. So it boggles my mind that.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Powers brings up a good point, and he says that, I hate to say it, but it's going to happen here sooner than later. Football games will need to be played on Thursdays, Fridays,
and
already
Saturdays. Is. Well, okay, Thursday.
Due to shortages, and
it already did,
and that's the problem. It's going to be, and after that doesn't work, there's just going to be. We're shutting it all down.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, and you know what?
I think that's closer to the happening than what we really think.
Before, knock on wood, I mean, hopefully we live along, but I think it's going to wind up happening in our lifetime. Maybe we'll be retired. Hopefully we'll all be retired by then. But I totally see it.
I'm never retiring.
You're
Well, you have to work forever, Grandpa.
Grandpa has to work forever.
Oh, is it grandparents' day at school? No, it's just my dad. That's my pop taking me to school.
College practice.
Oh crap! Ride the bus.
Hour and a half. That's all I can make it before I gotta go.
Hey, what's Coach Jarvis doing over there?
Coach Sims, you get him up over there.
Where's my insure shake?
Get him his. Where's my insure? He doesn't care. He isn't. He's on his phone. He's checked out.
I'm just checking out for that part of it. This is 2 shows in a row we've been on this.
Well, hey, guess what do you think is going to happen?
Don't hate the player, hate the game, bro. Hate the game, bro.
And I mean, I think that what I'm scared about in the, I know that Jim Powers is watching, and he's been a long-time official, and is really.
I've never gotten the pleasure to have him.
Oh, hey, Jim needs to come down Friday night. What is it? January what?
14.
Come on, Jim. Come
I'd
on
love to
down.
have him come
Come
down.
on down.
Come on down.
But you know the thing about, like he was talking to me about, even we were talking about this last couple of weeks, and just in passing and talking was, you know, there's so many longtime officials that are getting up in age where they just can't do it anymore.
No.
Their bodies are not allowing them to do it, and so you got these younger officials that they're trying to mentor, and they're struggling to do that because they're having to deal with so much. And I think as far as that goes, you know, we're gonna see the big time struggle with the younger officials wanting to do this. And I think once these older officials that have been doing this for many decades give it up, I think that's when we're going to see everything be done.
Well, let's think about it. It's probably 10 years.
I would
Did
say
you see
it's right there.
Did you see one of my favorites, Emma Group?
Oh yeah,
He's not doing it.
Yeah, he's not doing it.
Done.
Yeah.
What's that?
Mike Emma Group.
Oh,
really?
Oh, short Mike.
Yeah, short Mike.
He's not doing
Great.
it?
Oh, I saw it on.
That sucks.
Yeah, he said he
He
sent an
posted
email.
on-
Out. He sent an
yeah.
email out to
He
all
did,
of his
all of
coaches
us, all the guys
that
that.
he's had in the past.
Yeah,
I didn't get it.
I was very. I was actually kind
I'm
of.
really sad now because he always talks to me.
Yeah, he sent me an email
He's
and
one
said,
of my
"Hey,
favorites.
I agree.
just wanted to let you know I'm no longer going to be doing officiating basketball. It's a pleasure, you know, being around." And you know, those are the kind of things that, you know, tells you right there that there was so many great moments in that guy's career that he would, you know, he calls out and talks to coaches. And
I don't know how many times he's emailed me about my kids' behavior or my behavior and how positive how positive, Chris, that it was.
or he's emailed me and said, "Man, I screwed up that call tonight."
I know, he
and
did
I
that to me
totally
once.
apologize for that. He said that's on me, and I totally feel bad about it. And he says I hope that it doesn't, you know, take away from who I am as an official. And you know, that's a lot of the way that you would hope that these young officials would take in, but they're getting so much harassment that they don't know how to do that.
I just go back to with the story. I go back to about my junior year when St. Louis still had the 3-on-3 hoop it up. You remember that? I don't know if you guys ever did that.
Yeah.
And I remember going up there, and it was bad back then. It's not like it just happened.
Right.
I can remember some of the head officials having to take over some games because you had young teenage kids just trying to help out, and everybody, whether it's the players or the people on the sideline, just giving them the business, and it's a little kid. It's a teenager.
Right.
It's trying to help out and make a little money, and I don't know what we do. I don't know how we fix it, but when you see things like this, it's just so disheartening. And the fact that it's so close to home, I don't.
Here's what I say, and most of the officials that we have know that we're passionate about our kids. We're passionate about you know, giving our kids every opportunity to have success, and they're out there to let our kids have success too. And they're going to screw up just like we're going to screw up on the sidelines. We're going to make the wrong call. We're going to put the wrong
make
sub.
a lot of wrong calls.
We're going to sub the wrong kid at the wrong time. I mean, that's just part of making mistakes. But you know, the ultimate thing about it is all of us are here for the kids' benefit.
Yes.
And that's what we need to understand. And as parents, we're all parents here. We all know but you know, the problem becomes is, I think that you said it earlier, a lot of these parents are starting to try to live through their kids' lives. And I'm like, it's become a really, really difficult situation for our society.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe that, like you said, in our lifetime, we're going to see it shut down. We're going to see it.
Well, you're going to wind up, which is so sad, but we're going to wind up having the European and Australian, where it's all club.
All club.
It's all now, high school sports is going to be gone. But probably before we kick the bucket. Or
I would agree.
I don't.
I think
it's sad.
coming soon.
Hey, Brian Deering, I definitely want to give Jarvis a seat because his knees are getting pretty old on him. So
I don't need a seat. I don't need it.
I got two of them. So I got you one.
Darren, if you haven't noticed, I don't need the paparazzi. I don't have 18,000 coaches and all those things at our games.
But he don't let anybody get that clipboard, by golly. It's underneath his arm like nobody's business.
Shoot, I mean, Blair has 2 coaches, one for the marker and one for the clipboard. One
One
hand
for the chair.
one hand
One
for
for the
clipboard,
eraser.
and then Amy's over there,
chair.
and then Amy's over there with the eraser. I mean, he's got a million coaches.
Boar's got the little chair.
He does. He's always on chair duty. He's on chair duty.
Chair duty.
How do you give a guy a chair who backs up to half court, calling them full timeouts?
That was about 100 pounds ago. I may not change that a little bit now.
Moonwalk now.
I can actually walk a little bit faster, so I can do something different now.
Coach, you're on the court.
Well, do you want to take just a super short break?
No, I think we
Usually
go right
keep going?
into it. We got. Hey,
Hey,
we're
so
almost
Chris-
up against it.
Miller's going to talk. We got a ton of stuff that we want to cover right now. Take it away,
stuff.
Chris, and
Well, hell.
let all the people know what's
All
going
right.
on.
Well, Coach Blair here, and all of his, niceness and philanthropist ways. When we said we get to 1,000 followers, he was going to give out. Almost said 10.
10.
$10.
10 would have been awesome.
So we have followers from all over the place,
All over the country.
and we have people who are a little far away and right here close to home. So what we're going to do is because Facebook and all of their cryptic ways, it's hard to get a list of your followers, which we can access this. It's just going to take a sec. What we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel and we're going to narrow it down based on the letter of the first name, and we're going to go down the list, every letter, and we're going to spell out a name. When we find that person who has the matches the letters, that's going to be our winner. Okay, and then what you have the option is either, if you're the winner, you can either get a $10 gift card here, or you can get a $10 Amazon gift card. And so if we draw you, we're going to try to contact you, and hopefully we can. And then we'll get some information. We can send it to you or email it to you, because a lot of the stuff you can do digitally.
I mean,
now.
if you want to get rid of that $10, I got a registry on.
Grandpa's got one. now,
Babies
man.
are us.
Grandpa still needs some stuff for the baby.
And our first letter is C.
C.
Okay, so then we're going to spin again, and everybody, you can verify this. We don't have a camera on it. Sorry, it's a little hard to do that. That's a Z. That I don't think that
That's
we have
gonna work?
anybody.
No.
we will see. Just nope. Nope. That didn't work.
No first names.
So this is one of those things. We probably should have like some, you guys talking a little bit, because
Yeah.
it's kind of weird if I'm the only one doing this. So we got CO.
CO. So
We're narrowing it down here. We're going to spell a name at some point here.
CO.
CO.
The CO of the
CO.
S.
S is the next. Nope, that doesn't work. We have no followers. This is great. We should have started this a lot
I say we
earlier.
should have started the show at 5 o'clock.
Well,
and we were doing that.
hey,
yeah?
I'm just saying.
No, I know.
CO. We still got some
CO.
COs, so we got to go.
So while you're doing that, how about Hoosiers was
Lord.
on? Hoosiers was on last night. We
Lord.
were messaging all
Yes.
about that, and
I'll
they
get there.
edited the best part of the
Oh,
movie
did they ever.
at the end when they're going to the state championship and they get out the
I
measuring.
said that 10-foot goal.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Why?
Don't do that.
Why?
Well,
What-
like one of the best
was
parts.
I know.
There's nothing bad said in
No,
that.
it probably one of those cut for time. and
Oh, that's garbage.
I don't know, but yeah.
That
We-
what channel is on? They suck.
Well, I think we have a winner. This would be Cole Counts.
Cole Counts.
Cole Counts.
Cole Counts is the winner.
Okay, so Cole Counts, you are our first winner.
You're
We
a-
probably need to write that down somewhere.
We got that. We got that.
Our
I
show
got it.
host could do that.
I'll do that.
Oh, okay, we got something.
We can
Jarvis,
put that-
you could. Oh, never mind. You're busy.
I just show up, bro.
Oh, okay.
Such. I woke up like this, right?
Yep,
Is that what it
that's
is?
right.
I woke up like this. First letter is W. For
There
the
we go.
Next draw.
There we go. So who do you guys, while he's doing that next
Yeah.
name, who do you guys open up with? Or actually, what jamboree you guys going to?
We are going to
that down.
Northwest. Me and the Moss and Afton.
Okay.
So at Northwest, that'll be on the 16th.
You guys in one?
Yes, we're going to, on Thursday, November 18th, we're going to be down at St. Jen with St. Jen and Notre Dame St. Louis. So
Nice.
That's a good one. How we doing over there, Miller?
Oh, you mean like what game we're playing, or
No,
what I'm playing here?
the next
This is-
winner.
Well, I'm getting there. Okay.
Oh my
Jeez.
goodness. Oh my
what
goodness.
jamboree?
Right
is
now,
it?
we're WES.
WES.
Yep.
I'm sure we got-
There's 2 people.
2
Down
people.
to 2.
I got that. I can see.
WES. Please tell me it's T. The next letter. See, there's a reason.
Uh-huh.
I should have put our baby's name up to a vote.
Oh,
No,
hey.
you can't win.
We can do that right now.
No, I'm not.
No,
gonna.
you're not doing that right now. Hold on, wait. Is it going to
there.
start with a X?
Oh yeah, you should name it.
Baby's name.
X.
No.
Yeah. No.
WESL.
No,
We
no.
have a winner.
We have a winner.
Wesley Marion.
Wesley Marion.
Hey, that's one of my former students.
Oh, there we
Nice.
go. Hey, you get Riley Blair's money.
Well, thank you very much.
We should have a contest like win Riley
Well,
Blair's
I bet I wouldn't be surprised if 3 of these people end up being people from
Oh,
my
I'm
page.
sure you invited probably
First letter is C.
999 of them.
I
I mean,
invited a crap ton.
There's a couple people, right? I can't have those C and D. There's not a.
no, but we're not in a jamboree. St. Pius X is not in a jamboree this year. We just between football, soccer. I mean, we kicked around the idea, and it was just like, you know what, we're not going to probably have our guys. So what's the point? And
Right.
what's the point? I mean, so
And we have enough kids to kind of scrimmage and practice at this point.
Right.
You know, when
Kind
we
of.
get everybody
So
back.
why coaches make?
Yeah.
I
I'm
want you
working
to
here.
hand me that little box
All right.
over
Yeah,
there.
you
So,
do your drawing.
so a couple weeks ago,
What was that? Was that?
What's that?
Oh, what that was?
oh, soda bottle.
It was a soda bottle.
Coca-Cola.
So,
Coca-Cola bottle. That was a Coca-Cola.
That was a Coca-Cola.
That was RC Cola. RC Cola.
Man.
RC Cola.
So a couple weeks ago, we had a golf tournament. The Black Cat Hoopsters had a golf tournament.
Did you?
And we were raffling off a gun, and we had to sell all the tickets. So we finally was able to sell all the tickets, and so we want to draw the winner out tonight.
So this is separate from the $10.
Yeah, this is separate from the 10, but we wanted to do this on a live show so that couldn't say we rigged it or do any of that nature. So, Coach McVey, I'm going to let you be the secret guy to send this person a winner. So, pick it in there, draw you one out, shovel them up there. Let's see who the big winner is.
It is the 2 of spades. Oh, wait, hold on. It is. You're going to have to read it. Kaz? K-O-Z?
Kaz. So Kaz is the winner of the gun raffle. And I have your telephone number, so I'll be contacting you here shortly, and we'll let you be able to pick up your winning prize. So congratulations to Kaz for winning our gun raffle.
Do you know who that is?
I do. I
Oh,
do.
okay.
I do.
Me
I
and
do.
Amy both are done.
I do know who that is. Yes.
Okay, our third winner is Kathy Roberts.
Kathy Roberts. Kathy Roberts is our third winner here.
I don't know Kathy.
Hey.
Hey, we found somebody that you know.
I know people.
See it?
I'm sorry. I listen. I don't go in campaign and know every single person here. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
think you know.
I don't
We gotta talk about what are we gonna do when we get to episode 100.
Fun.
I don't know, but
Shots?
maybe the shots. Oh my gosh,
We
that's
should
a
be
shot.
celebrating right now.
shot.
Jeez Louise.
What?
Take a shot of this nice Pepsi.
So far, 2 of the winners are former students of mine.
There you
Cole
go.
Counts and Wesley Marion.
Well, that's awesome.
Hey, when you tune in and watch, viewers, give us some ideas. You know, talk about the 100th episode that hopefully will be coming up in a few months.
Hopefully.
It should hopefully knock
Unless
on
Jarvis
wood.
gives us COVID again.
He
got
is
it. I
not
I was
invited.
not marked safe at the spreader event at St. Pius.
Well, you weren't at the spreader event.
Well, I was at St. Pius in someone's office with a sick St. Pius coach.
Oh
your
my
kid sick
goodness!
earlier?
Your kid
No.
was sick. Yes.
No, it was not our kids.
No, your kid.
My kid never had
No.
COVID.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Neither one.
Okay.
No, well, that's all crazy. So that's a good question to go about with is, do we see the game of basketball being changed That's a great one.
We have our fourth.
We
one.
got
our
our
fourth winner.
Yeah.
Is
Pat Burns.
Coach
Hey!
Pat Burns. Coach
Yeah.
Pat Burns is
Nice.
our fourth winner.
Pat Burns.
I never.
And it's crazy that we were talking about officials on this show, and all of a
He
sudden
must
Pat
have had
Burns
his
gets to be the winner.
I never had the pleasure of having him as a head coach, as an official.
Really?
Nope.
So, congratulations to all four of our winners. It'd be Cole Counts, Wesley Marion, Kathy Roberts, and Pat Burns. Those are the four of our winners of our $10 cards to either Amazon or La Pachanga. So we will be in contact with you. If you are watching our show and you want to send us a message, we'll get whichever one you want, and we will take care of that. So we appreciate all of our 1,000 viewers that we have. I know we're over that 1,000 mark now, but
We are. I think
man,
we're-
can you? Hey, and that's just a couple weeks because it was just maybe a month ago. We were kind of just talking a little bit, and I think one of us said we're like up around 500. And then, well, let's see if we can get more. And
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. And
So I just kept sharing it to people, kept bugging them. I'm like, they're either going to like this page or they're going to delete me. So one of the two is going to happen
you have to make a choice right now.
right now because I'm gonna invite you again.
so we had a viewer say that we should do our 100th show in Coach Jarvis's nursery.
Only if he does the show with the strap with the milk. He's got
This guy's perverted, man. What a weirdo.
I think you should have a practice baby.
exactly. Yeah. Hold
the whole
on. The
time.
next show he's got to change it. He's on the fake baby. He's got to change the diaper.
Been a few years since you've done
It
that.
has.
I could do it right now.
You might have done it on your
Ain't no
nephew. He had a nephew that was not
that's
too
right.
old, right? 5 or
That's
6.
great.
Oh my goodness.
He's a black cat.
He is a black cat, yeah. So
He wisened up like
I'm just in high school class. A lot of high school classes they have the you carry around
nursery
the
class.
actual
The
class
baby.
where you carry around the flour, the bag of flour and all that. Do they do that at Herky? He needs to participate in it.
well,
you
they
know?
actually carry around babies
Well,
and
hey,
like
come
pull them
on now.
all them things are so
Come on,
annoying, too.
he's got to get some practice in. Get
They're
some.
way
We're
more
talking about
annoying.
reps.
So what teacher
reps
does
today.
that? Maybe I need to email them and tell them they
Uh-huh.
need to bring one of those
I
out
don't
for you for
need
the next
no help,
week.
bro. I've already done 2. I got this.
About 25 years ago. Yeah,
25 years ago. None of my kids are out of high school yet. Now they both are in
Your
high
math
Hypothetically.
is not great.
Hypothetically.
Along with your geography.
Common core.
School. It
that's
has a lot
Common
to do with
Core.
Illinois.
Let's say
It has
Common
nothing
Core.
to do with Illinois.
Illinois is
Oh, we
education.
didn't talk about next week. Next week, who cares about these guys?
I know.
Hey, guess what's coming on next week? Kentucky Duke.
Yep.
Kentucky Duke Tournament of Champions, baby.
November
Tournament
9th.
of tournament.
November
Hey,
9th.
tournament of Champions.
I had
right
the fortunate couple of years ago to be able to go watch Kentucky Duke play in Indianapolis. It was
man.
not pretty for Kentucky, I can tell you
No.
that. That was a 45-point loss by the
Dude,
Dukies. Beat the
well, if we're just
Blackhawks.
going to speak about things out in the news, why don't these football players get them chauffeurs? What in the world, man?
I am.
there.
What in
Multi-millionaires.
the world? You're
How
going
smart.
156 miles an hour?
Not smart.
What in the world is wrong with you? I just
Because money. Because you haven't been told no since you were probably in 6th grade. Because 7th grade or whenever you started playing football and you were recognized as this next best,
well, and
best thing.
I mean, I read a bunch of stuff about the person, and I mean, everyone talked about how he was a great kid off the field, blah 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 blah. I just don't get it.
It's crazy.
156 miles an hour.
That's really fast.
Common sense.
Well, first off, I couldn't afford a car that could go that fast. So you're never going to have to worry about Coach Jarvis going
The
156
Pius
miles an
shuttle
hour.
does
but-
not go that fast.
It's got a governor on it.
77
Yeah,
miles
the
an
old
hour.
school bus I used to drive, man. The only time it would go pretty fast is down a hill. And I
Because you let off.
when no one was in it, you know.
Kids, you
100.
shut your mouths right now, or I'm going to put this bus in the ditch.
156 miles an hour. When I read that report, I just
Sick. Sick. Like seriously,
It just
why?
brought flashbacks to Leonard Little. Is what the first thing I thought of when I saw it. I was just like, dang.
Crazy.
He had a cougar in the back seat.
What it is, something to.
Well,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
that's a wrap on tonight's show. That's a wrap.
Can't afford gas. I don't know. It was just on my head because it was in the news, and I was
I
just
know.
like,
I know.
dude. And I know he's only 23 years old or whatever. Gosh, ruined 2 people's lives.
Oh, more than that.
I mean,
all the family, all the
family.
yeah.
It just bag of cereal.
What are you laughing at over there, Blair?
Bag of cereal.
What's that?
He does know everybody can read this, right?
Bag of cereal.
Oh gosh. Well,
Lucky Charms.
episode number 83, I think, is
Uh-huh.
a wrap.
I think
It's
we're
in the bag.
Let's- in the bag.
In the bag.
But once again, let's thank our
yes.
1,000 viewers.
Yeah.
plus.
Thank you again.
Viewers, thank you to Joel for allowing us to do this.
Yes.
And, SMCI, of course, who always has our backs and, helps us with some equipment issues and stuff and helps us out there. But we will see you guys next Wednesday. We get to say that now. We have a set time. It's
Set
great.
time.
right.
Next
For this
Wednesday.
month.
Well, yeah, until we
It was,
change.
until season starts.
But,
yeah.
hey, we will see you guys next Wednesday, 8:30 for the Coach's Box. Tune in then. We'll see you all.
see you later.
Have a good night.
You too.